Different card games, new pack openings every video. We go on this journey together and add cards to the box. This is the One Collection channel. Welcome back to the One Collection channel. Today, we'll be opening up Sorcery Contested Realm in episode 1 of season 2. And so we have all of our previous pulls, all from the main season videos on the channel here. Just a quick glance at them, and they are valued together at $204.71 as of the recording of this video. Now let me bust into this box. The chase card that we're going for is in Sorcery. I mean, you could look at it two ways. You could say a foil unique is a pretty, like, you're lucky if you get one of those. You could also say that the curios are the real prize in this one. And those are like one out of every, 40 boxes or something like that. They're super rare. You don't expect to get one, but we're going to try two today. And if we did pull one, based off of the last 4 eBay listings, they sell for about $1,000. It depends on which one you get and who you're selling to, but about $1,000 is what you can look to get. I'm going to pull out all of the cards this time. So we got our first stack. If I could get it out here, it's struggling. And then our second stack. So this is something new for the channel, open up a whole box, but yeah, I'm with it. I'm here for it. So I'm gonna get into ripping these. Before we start, our previous sorcery, our biggest one is probably this Dosmary pool. It's notable because it is the most expensive pool that we have, and I mean, it is just beautiful. The art of this hand and the sword and the lake, it reflects the card itself. On Genesis, which means when you play this card, you may submerge an artifact from your hand here. And so it all kind of comes together. Really cool card. Let's see what we get in these. Now, Dragonlord and Gothic are basically what's upcoming for Sorcery here in the future, but I gotta say, it is fairly difficult to get information. Most of the information I get is from these other YouTubers that have done Sorcery since, as far as I can remember. But honestly, there's not a whole lot of information out there, even from them, about different parts of Sorcery. Ooh, we got a unique right off the bat, so pretty sick. Joyous Guard. Interesting card. And a holographic elite ball lightning. Really epic card. I don't know how to want to keep them nice and safe. Then we'll cruise through these. But I do find it difficult to get content on Sorcery. If you go to their website, it is just, I mean, talking about Arthurian legends. It doesn't really, you know what, it does have like some showcases of artists. I guess you can click and learn. I do like that. But, I mean, honestly, to me, there's no point in having that if you're not going to also... actually, let me separate for myself all these ordinaries. So now I have the stack of other cards separate and the ordinaries over behind them. But, you know, if I could learn about the cards first, right? Like, if I could look and be like, okay, yeah, this is the card set I want. This is my favorite card. Let me learn about this artist. Then maybe it would mean more to me, but I'm not that interested. In someone that, like, talks about nothing but the art, I put these in binders and covet them like gold. Like, I feel like the target audience for art. So, but you gotta get me hyped. You gotta at least name the set. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to do it through word of mouth. Maybe that is what's best. I don't know. I'm just a card collector, man. But, I do sometimes wish I could find more info. But Gothic is the next set. Dragonlord is the next precon. And those are what we have waiting for. It should be any time now they come out. There was some text on the top of that card. Let me show it to you what I'm talking about. That I was kind of like, what? It says, up here. I guess instead of being on the bottom, it's up near the top. I don't really remember that being a thing that I've noticed before. But that's okay. We got Mesmerizing. I like that guy. We had him in an art battle a little while back. It would be interesting. I'm trying to find new ways to enjoy my hobby and new ways to bring enjoyment to other people with my hobby. I don't know if I'm really hitting that nail on the head or not, but that's the idea behind it. That card's like that too. I don't know. I guess in that one card, it just made me notice it more. But I'm thinking maybe I could reach out to like an artist. I'd really hate. I imagine this is the type of thing that happens. You know, or artists, maybe they weren't previously doing something like this and they get a little more popularity or attention than they really want. And I don't want to be a guy that, you know, becomes part of an annoyance if, like, you know, people are reaching out and asking for exclusives. But I thought maybe I'd be able to reach out and eventually find something for the channel, maybe like an exclusive piece or art or talking point even. And I don't know. I got to think about that, I guess, a little more. But I try to find ideas for exclusive content. I thought of that, I guess, really based on the news. But I don't want to be like, you know, trying to have an artist break their NDA to bring you secret news. But I think there's probably some opportunity there if I investigate. So I probably will. I will enjoy it. I do have a little bit of concern over pricing for the channel. So I literally just took all this time off, came back for Season 2. One of the things that I really didn't like, and mostly because of how it felt for my hobby, was opening half of a booster box. And I gotta tell you, after practicing that, now I'm looking at this whole booster box, and I'm just like, how am I gonna come up with enough talking points for this whole freaking video? But that's okay. I'm gonna worry about that the least, and I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. I love the curio for this. Every time I see it, I take this, like, pause, because I'm like, maybe this is the curio, but it's not. It'd be like a half-drawn card. But I am worried that I won't be able to afford that. My plan, I talked about earlier, was if I can't afford a whole box or I can't get a box for the channel, then I'll do some other content where I'll put that effort in. And so maybe you can't get what you wanted, which was a regular season video, but maybe instead you get something more valuable, a story from a sorcery artist, a how-to on collecting or grading cards, or like, who knows? The possibilities are endless, but I'm committed to y'all. I am committed. We got the Sistance. We got the Beacon. We've got the Call for Aid Guards. Yeah, and we have that holo in our collection. I'm just saying, we're already pretty damn cool. I'm going to start a second ordinary pile for these puppies. I don't know. I'm looking at these as best I can to find a curio, but the problem is I don't have them memorized. I don't know them. So you might have to comment down below and tell me what I've missed. We've got 4 packs left of the first half of the box. Attack by Night. Exceptional. Exceptional. A unique giant. He looks pretty awful. Look at him, like, what has he got? Shields tied up to his shoulders, his armor. It's, like, tied into his flesh. I'm not really sure, I'm not sure that's my vibe right now, you know? Like, cool card, but dang, it's a little bit gross. But that's alright. Alright. Oh no, we still have 4 packs. Another thing about this is, like, there's no going back. Once I hit record, you know, I can't think about how to do it differently. I can't, you know, take it back. I can't stop and ditch the recording. Like, ooh. Now, it's only an ordinary, but damn, it's just the fire, dude. Wait a second. Is this in the ordinary slot? Nah, dude, I need to calm down. It does look like it should be a curio. But I actually think it's in the right spot. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I want to believe every time I pull these that I am pulling a curio. There you go. Let's see. Does it look the same? Looks exactly the same in every way to me. So I think just a really good looking holographic. Happy to have it for real. 3 more. And then will come our segment. Now, what I've been doing was I did an art battle for Sorcery. I did a card battle for other sets. Kind of a nice tip of my hat to Sorcery, honestly. That's what I was attempting to do. But I'm not really doing that today. I'm going to do something a little bit different that a viewer recommended. Instead of taking the card, with the highest rarity, which is what I've been doing, taking the rarest cards, pinning them against each other. I'm going to see for one video how it feels, and their suggestion was to just look at the art, just the whole pack. Who cares about the rarity? What is my fancy? What's tickling my fancy in that moment? And then base the winner off of that. I feel like I have Purple Knight, and it didn't look like this. I'll check it out later. It's probably nothing, unfortunately. Again, that Curio fever hitting. Yeah. Wait, is that black dot supposed to be there? Or is this an oval? It's a Curio! Sorry. One pack left, and then we'll try out our new segment here. In the last half of this box, I'm just going to, like, kind of relax and enjoy. I am thinking about doing, like, starter kits. I had a title, like, collector starter kits. No mystery, the box. I've had these concepts. I started, like, a themed playlist, but, oh, I put these in the wrong stack. I hate when I do that. Exceptional, exceptional, exceptional. Ordinary. Get out of there. Get on out of there, that pile. But I'm still toying around with how to do that. I think up next, I might try to build the box itself. Like, you know, if I have a product, I can make it a premium product. I did air quotes there. Just by... I'm just going to finish my thought while I continue into the second half, and then we'll do our segment. But that might be a cool way to gain a lot of bonus points with people, because it always feels better. You know, if you buy something and you get what you wanted, you know, you're happy. But if you buy something and you get what you wanted, and it comes in an experience that you never forget, you know, the smell of a book, you know, the sound of a pack being ripped open, I think that might be something I try to brainstorm. Let's put it that way. All right, and now it is time for our art battle, where I'm going to take 2 packs, open them up, pick my favorite artwork from each, and then pin them against each other for one definitive opinion on the best card. So we have the Verdant Knight. Not a big fan of the scene overall. I don't know if it's the colors or what. This is more my style, a little darker, kind of cavey. I like it so far. The Babbling Brook here. Then we have Lava Flow. I am a big sucker for fire, but I'm going to say no on that. We've got Thundering Giant. Really tough. Same color scheme, right? It's really, I think Thundering Giant wins it for me. It's really tough to go away from that. Definitely not picking the most ordinary rock. This is a tough art piece. I'm going to put this in the back. This also has some characters to it. This has the least of all of my favorite things. Same. It's one character, but I don't know that I like it as much as the giant, the bear. No, I really like this. Maybe that's where I've seen the Purple Knight is on this card. Which is really kind of sick, if that is how that's going on. So, okay, I think it's between these 3. Let's put this over here. These 3, and just all factor right off the bat. I mean, these bottom 2 win it. I'm trying not to overlook it. When I start looking at the, like, foliage detail, I think this is pulling out. And then we've got Pond with the deer, and then we've got the Thundering Giant. I think this one on the left, it makes me feel the most. And there's something about this contrast, this yellow and all these blue cards. This is going to win the pack battle for the pack itself. And now we must find its competitor, the second pack here. If I could ever get into it. All right. We're in it. So we've got an exceptional. I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at here. I'll have to return to that terrifying card. That's definitely not getting it for the art. I'm not pulling the pigs. This is a really good one. You know, it's an action scene. You can appreciate... Oh, dude, this is... Dude, come on. We'll talk about it later, but this is in front. This ain't my cup of tea. Good, but nah. This is tough. That's tough. I also have put a ton of ordinaries in this stack. Trying to look at all the art here. This is pretty good too. This is also good. I'm gonna say no to this. No to the owl. Treetop hideout. Good scene. Also liking a lot with rescue. I like the pink. Not a lot of pink in these cards. Okay, let's look at our contenders. See if we can knock out 2 right off the bat. So, shoot. This is a holographic. I really want to sleeve this. Alright. Really. Okay, everybody calm down. Alright, Joust. Hamlet's Ablaze. Oh, man. I mean, let's just get this out of here. And if we're comparing these two, they're kind of similar vibes, and this one's better. So somehow, I wasn't thinking these would be the final 2. But dang, if this Hamlet's Ablaze isn't a sick card. Now, both of these are in action. So they get like their own kind of points, and both of them have this amazing artwork in the back. Like, it's not just like rough detail. Like, they actually went all out in every little detail. Like, you can see each piece of wood, and right, you can see the details in the castle way in the distance. And this has some particularly fun contrasts with the dark grays and the red. And this also, it has, red versus purple here. And, did that guy just get stabbed? Is he going to be all right? His sword's back, so maybe this was the final blow. It's also a tournament. Like, was it to the death? I don't know. There's a lot of death in just the scene of these cards themselves. Man, I'm gonna tie break this because I can't pick. I'm gonna let this win as it is the exceptional of the two. And then we'll go to these two. Now, they're both horizontal cards. This, what it lacks in detail on the left, Pond, it gains by this, like, feeling of awe. It has succeeded in making me feel a real sense of beauty that isn't there. This is just a cardboard. This is just a trading card. You know what I mean? And I can feel real things from this, more so than this. But this card on the right, Tournament Grounds, it has more detail. You get all of the armor, and you get things to drool over, and then there's a castle in the back. And I don't particularly feel from this right card. So that puts it in a tough spot. These are favorites for different reasons. Ultimately, if we're pinning it in an art battle, oh, man, I like this one on the right better. I don't know whether or not you can argue that this art should make you feel, but this is the one I'm picking. If I had to put one of these up as, like, my choice, if I'm a judge on a panel, I'm putting this first. And that's my mood today. So this is my definitive opinion for the winner of the Art Pack Battle. How did you guys like that one? The version I did there. Let's see. I had a window up. This is a shout out to, hold on, I'll cut it. It was really important. A shout out to Will Jackson 1992, who had left a comment on YouTube and suggested that I try pinning these up against each other based on art alone without rarity playing the big factor as it used to. So thank you, Will Jackson, for watching, commenting, and making a good suggestion for the channel. We have a whole bunch more packs to go through, a little less than half, and I'm hoping to pull this Curio card. Let me pull up this window again. Boom. Okay. I did go through the embarrassment. I ordered a card set because I got into some Kickstarters called Booty and Beauties, which is the not safe for work, and I was able to tell my neighbor as he delivered me some cards I got in the mail that he might be seeing that one. We share a mailbox, so he sees a lot of my stuff, and I've been wondering how hard it would be to explain Booty and Beauties, and now I don't have to. I did say in the second half of these we would take it slower. So let me do that. I want to go at a happier pace for myself. Let's see, Snowball. That looks like it's way more than a snowball. But, Koi Nixie, which looks to be some sort of beautiful beast. We have Vanishment, which, let's see, give all allied minions stealth, draw a spell. He is the marvelous knight that is now living. For he destroyeth many good knights, for he goeth invisible. Alright. Fair enough. The Brother Knight. This is an interesting card. If I related, like if I look like that guy, this would probably be one of my favorite cards. And then we have, I like the foiling on this. So this is a holographic, but the foil is just on the birds. And I almost feel like I may have pulled one of these and noted this same thing. If that's the case, man, I just still appreciate this card so much. What did I do? Oh, I put it up in the back there. I see it. I was with that other holo. Now these I'm going to cruise through. Cruising! I want to take my pace, but I still don't want to read each and every one of these. I think the elites and stuff are enough. The other ones I will see in such repetition that it's like, you know. We got some gnomes. Blue cap knockers, baby. I don't want them knocking on my door. I've got Briar Patch, which this card, as is, probably ain't winning a lot of pack battles, art battles against any card that has action in it. It's just plain. But it's, you know, a land, I guess. Is it a land? Yeah, it's a site. Pukas, what's more to say? Sylvan Splendor. This is my type of card. We got mythical creatures. We got a albino ferret, a fairy. We've got a fox, some pixie kind of people-ish, dragon sort of thing. I love the fantasy of these creatures, man. I'm a huge fan of that kind of stuff. And then we'll cruise through these two. Maybe I should just have a shredder. And every time we go through an ordinary, I just shred it. Just kidding, I would never do that. I would never in a million years. I saw one of these go up for on eBay. We're talking Arthurian Legends. So this very pack. Is this a kitty cat? I don't think it is, and I'm scared to ask. It looks like it has flies around it, like a dead rat. I don't know. The Black Knight. Epic looking knight. In the Four Waters. Oh, man. I had, I believe, a holographic of this. But this is a valuable card in the game. Couldn't tell you why. Sacrifice 4 Waters. This turn, the bearer's next elemental spell requires no threshold and costs 4 less to cast. Well, that would be why. That is quite the power to have, which is why it's a unique, I suppose. Shoot, don't know what story I was telling before that. Oh, yeah, a pack of Arthurian Legends, PSA 10 graded, on sale on eBay for $1,000. Now, that just kind of, like, grinds my gears. That makes me a little bit upset. I try not to get mad about stuff that I have no investment in. But it's really annoying to see, because what someone's trying to do is sell something that someone will mistake to have value and has no value. I spent, I think, $130 on this case, and even I overpaid Team Covenant, because that's just who I like ordering Sorcery from, and I didn't realize I could get them on the aftermarket at a fraction of the price. And, like, imagine if instead of, you know, paying $40 extra because I didn't know there had been a market shift, instead I'm paying $1,000 for just one of these packs. Like, what a ripoff. You know, it's just obnoxious that this is the world, man. And I get it. I honestly get it, man. Being in a position where maybe you're desperate, or you've just learned that, you know, the world is a harsh place and you're not gonna hold back. But I hate to see it in my hobby, I guess. It's a little trying to gatekeep that a little, you know. I don't mind if you sell a $1,000 card, but okay, don't make me laugh. That PSA graded card is not 1,000. You scamming. Shame on you. Shame! Shape shift. This is a cool... Speaking of cool actions, we got this dude forming into his druid self. Hello. Man, I think... Was this the card I did not like earlier? Check out what happens when it's holofoil. It's got a whole nother vibe. They made the background shiny, like it's the sun, and the grass, like, glistening with that light. And then the foreground is not holographic. And the blue doesn't look bad, because the mountains look different. The mountains look like they're glowing from the sun. The horse and the blue, although they are holographic too, the blue segments, they don't... the card is a better overall composition, maybe is the word I'm looking for. I love this. I absolutely love that. put them all aside for sleeves. Now, I might not have a whole lot more to go as far as holographics. I only have 2 cards packed, 2 packs left, as a matter of fact. So this is it, man. Do or die. Like, are we gonna get a holo? Not here. Oh, we did. I'm just kidding. It's right here, man. I don't really love this card, but it is way better holographic. They all are. They're all gonna be. So we did get a holo. Let's just check. Let's do our ultra fast, super thorough. I would never miss any detail in a curio. I'm just kidding. I'm barely looking at these. But, you know, these are online. Hopefully y'all will say something. Last pack. Let's see what we got. I think next episode, I'm going to be opening up Tark here. Because I'm really amped to get into that box. I may finish this recording and then, you know, take whatever I've learned from this and put it in that pack. I saw another holo. We got another holo. Booyah. Exceptional. Alright, Warhorse. Really like this card. Hope this horse is okay. I said that, and then I'm like, is this dude getting stabbed? I don't know. He can carry an ally, so he's got to be doing okay. Stone Rain. Not a fan, okay? Don't really love the rain. Hate it when it's not watering plants and is instead killing me. The Golden Harp. Okay? Don't know what that does for tone and quality. Is this Gook? Come on, Sorcery. You put Gook on my card, and now I scratched it off, so the only damage is what my nail left. So, Golden Harp. Is there Gook on the back of this one? Can I PSA grade the Gook? There is Gook. I can feel with my finger. I've gotten the Gook out of there at the cost of scratching the card. No one will ever know. And it was just a helpful hop. Just a helpful hop. Cool card. Again, the shiny, God, they're the best cards. It doesn't matter. I like that you don't know what rarity you get because it gives you, like, look, I took more time than I took on any of the other, oh, I thought that said exceptional, any of the other ordinaries, because it was shiny. And you know what? That's how it should be. But that's it. As far as pulls, man, add them to the one collection. I'm not in the mood to add things to the one collection channel, to be honest. Let's see, our rarest and shiniest was, I think it's Elite is our rarest card type. But and that would be this Ball Lightning. And then my second favorite, I mean, this is a hot card. I'm going to put it in. You know what's crazy is that there was another card. The Hamlet Ablaze had lost to that other card, but it was based off of rarity. But it is kind of interesting that it lost that art battle, and yet I'm putting it in the collection. But it looks really cool, and I'll put it in a purple sleeve, signifying that it is worth less than $50. I don't think any of the others are either worth more than that, and nothing else I really feel compelled to keep. Oh man, I just bent this. Maybe it'll make it. I definitely just tried to bend it. I guess it's okay. I don't know. I guess it's fine. Alright, that's it. Hamlet's Blaze. Next time, I'll be doing probably Dark here. I really want to get into that set. Stay tuned if you want to support me more than usual, like by liking, commenting, and subbing. Instead, you can buy one of my Etsy art cards. And I have 2 up there, linked down below. Do I have them near me? I do. They are right in reach. So I've got this Pinnacle. Alright, beautiful card. So I took the original and I expanded all of the regular art into a full art card. And then I have a pincer. This is probably one of my favorites. Because I drew the Pikachu and I really like this card. So yeah, if you want to support the channel and spend a good chunk of change basically to get a little memento from a video you watched, it's all you, buddy. All you. I'll see you next time.